Hey guys, how you doing? It's Mike from Woolly Bugged, and I'm excited to be talking to you today from central New York. I am just west of the city of Syracuse, and I'm fishing a new stream today. This here is 9 Mile Creek. This is a body of water that's about 22 miles long. It stretches from the Otisco Lake all the way over to the Onondaga Lake, and they apparently put a very large number of brown trout in here. I think I read in upwards of 24,000 a year that they put through this section of the creek. The interesting thing is there are also wild brown trout and wild brook trout in here. So I have no idea what I'm getting into today, but I'm pretty excited to check it out because the water looks good. You can see this really nice riffle here behind me, and it just looks like the whole stream is made up of different riffles and runs that just look like they'd be great for nymphing. So let me show you guys what I'm using here today. So guys, I got my Winston boron out here today with my trusty Able reel, and for a dropper today, because I don't really know what I'm getting into, I'm possibly dealing with stock brown trout or brook trout. I'm trying a new color, Squirmy Wormy, as my dropper. That's like a brown color. I kind of wanted to go with something a little more natural instead of the bright pink or hot red. And I have that as my dropper, and then I'm coming up to, this is actually a Lively Legs hare's ear. Everybody's been telling me about these things, so I picked one up. I'm gonna see how it works. And then that's going up to my football indicator. And I'm gonna start fishing right here at this riffle and work my way downstream. And guys, this is 9 Mile Creek in New York. Oh, there's a fish. That fish took the Lively Lakes hare's ear. Looks like a little brown trout. So guys, that is my first 9 Mile Creek brown trout. He took the Lively Lakes hare's ear. You can see it sticking out of his mouth there. Okay guys, so that fish was sitting right out here, like in this pocket that has like a slightly greener tint to it. I think that's for two reasons. One, I think it's a little bit deeper, and two, I think it's got a little bit of algae growth at the bottom. But I'm just going to continue to let my nymph drift down off this side current here. See if we can get another one. Oh, there was a hit for sure. Let's try that again. Just watch the indicator. Keep your line off the water. Oh, there's a fish. That looks like a little bit better one than the one I just caught first there. Oh yeah, nice fight. Looks like a brownie. He's not huge, but they're getting bigger. Again, he's on that Lively Legs hare's ear. There it is, guys. Lively Legs hare's ear right in his mouth. That's a better looking brown trout than the one I just caught first. So hopefully we can get even bigger than that. Nice fish. There's another one. Look at that. Now that actually looks like a wild fish to me. Guys, I'm no trout expert, but the markings on the side of that fish look like a wild fish to me. Maybe you guys can comment down below and let me know if you guys think that's wild or stocked. Guys, honestly, I could probably... Oh, there's a fish laying right in those rocks. That was pretty cool. Guys, there just seem to be literally like dozens of these little trout in here. So that's the first one that took the squirmy wormy there. Again, just a little brownie. So guys, as I was standing here, I was looking out here, and you can see in the middle above that riffle at that rock that there's green vegetation on the bottom of this stream. And it hit me that, like in the spring creeks we have down in eastern Pennsylvania, like around Carlisle, you know, scuds are the meal ticket with a lot of those fish. So I'm gonna tie a scud on as a dropper, replacing the squirmy wormy, and I'm gonna see what happens if I do that. I've just hooked up with one, guys, here on the scud in this riffle here. It's a little better than the small ones I've been catching. Boy, I'll tell you, the mosquitoes are awful out here today. There we go. It's a good little brown trout. Oh, there's a fish. Not the big one I was looking for, but oh, there was a big one that came up after that one. Did you see that? Wow. Tell you what, a lot of these fish I'm catching today appear to be wild trout. They appear to be small wild trout. That fish has all the classic markings of a wild trout. Taking the scud. So I moved to a new spot here. I'm just a little bit further upriver from where I was just, 10-15 minutes ago. This is also an all tackle trout area. You're allowed to keep fish here. You're actually allowed to keep like 5 trout here, and no more than 2 of them can be 12 inches or longer. So I'm gonna start casting. I still have on the hare's ear and the scud dropper, and I'll start working these riffles here. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's a fish. That was a quick take. What do we have here? It's like a brown trout. It's not a bad brownie. It's got a little bit of weight to him. You can see the scud there in the corner of his mouth. Oh, there's a fish. So I just caught a nice brown trout here on the Scud. This is probably the best one I've caught all day. Pretty fish. He's probably been in here for a little bit. He's got beautiful fins, so I don't think he's recent stocky. Beautiful fish. There's a fish. Little brown trout. Hey guys, I want to show you this pattern that I tied. This is a pattern I created called the Green Psycho Scud. And I've had it on here the past couple casts, and the fish seem to be really chasing it. And the whole reason I tied this up is because when you're fishing a stream like this, where you know that there are scuds and you know that there's green vegetation that these scuds are in, my philosophy is a lot of times these scuds are not a perfect tan. You know, they pick up the coloring of their surroundings. So if they're in this vegetation, they probably often have a green tint. Not to mention that, you know, this is just a flashy fly, so it gets attention as well as it mimics the scud that they're looking to eat. So this is a pattern that I really like, and like I said, in the past couple casts, the fish are just going crazy over this thing. I'm going to keep casting it here. Let's see what else it does. This area right out here in front of me, I don't know if you can see it, there's a large boulder right there with some bushes around it. These shallow riffles come down, and there's one section here to the left where it gets real shallow on the right, but there's sort of a run. The main part of the river goes through. That is a prime holding area for fish. They're not, they may sit over here in this shallow stuff, but if there's a good fish in here, they'll probably land somewhere on the edge between the shallow and the deep water, where you see kind of the cloudiness of the water and the clarity over here. So I'm going to see if I can get one in here. There it is, right on the line. Right on that line between cloudy and shallow, or cloudy and clear, I mean. That's where that fish was laying. And I'm willing to bet there's more too. He took the hairs here, actually. Look like a wild fish to you guys? It sure does to me. Pretty brown trout right there. That's definitely the heaviest, probably the largest one I caught today. Sitting over there in the riffle on the other side. Put him up for the camera here. Check him out.